going back to a dollar CAD chart. Now this is a chart that we have been watching for about the past month here, and we see this ascending triangle that we've really been watching, and look how the market has been gradually coming back to that trend line, just sort of bouncing off of the trend line at this point right here. Did kind of suspect it was going to do that. And notice how it's coming back to that trend line. Now anytime the market's coming back to a trend line, couple possible things that could happen here. Now we see in the stochastics that we're not really overbought, really not oversold yet at this point. It has to be below that 20 or at that 20 for it to be considered to be oversold. And even then it can break through a little bit, maybe stay at this oversold area before it does turn around. But it's approaching that trend line pretty hard. Look at those candlesticks here. The bodies of them have a lot of candle color there. Whenever you see that, then that tells you there's a lot of strength behind that move as it is approaching that trend line. So we're going to have to watch this currency pair as the market opens this next week and see what's going to happen. Now, from this chart, it looks like it could potentially break this trend line. And of course, if it does break that trend line, we're ready. We have a set of fibs drawn from the low up to the highest point. This is about the highest point that this currency pair came to. Could possibly come down to that 382, being a little more conservative, right? 382, just about on that round number there. Always love anytime a fib lands right on a round number. It's almost like a magnet area for the market. And then we have all this previous, resistance here, some resistance back here, previous resistance. So a lot of activity around that number. And then it could potentially, keep going and go a little bit further. These are some pretty nice fibs here. Now let's go ahead and take it down to a smaller time frame because this is a daily chart, kind of the bigger picture. So let's go ahead and take this down to a 60-minute chart and let's see what's going on. Because as you know, if you're day trading, you're usually day trading off of those smaller time frames, anywhere from usually could be 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, up to 60-minute. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on a 60-minute chart here that you're looking at, same currency pair of course, and let's see what's happening. Now kind of honing in on this, we can see that the market is definitely, getting pretty close to that trend line here. But look at the stochastics on a smaller time frame. And you can see that now it's definitely showing that it's overbought. So if it does come down to this trend line, we could see a possible sort of a short-term bounce off of it. So if you're more of a day trader, you really favor those short-term trades, just looking for smaller profits in the market. This may be a good one here. Not sure it's really going to bounce off of it too much and head back up. Let's just kind of watch it and see what's going to happen. But either way, either on a daily chart, possibly breaking through that trend line here. Smaller time frame is more of a short-term trade, 60-minute chart, maybe just a small bounce off here that we might be seeing. Let's go ahead and draw a set of fibs though. Let's take a look at that and see what that looks like. Okay, to about right here. Look at this. We have this nice 382 right here. If it just sort of bounces, look at that previous resistance here, a little bit of support. Of course, let's draw another one and let's draw it down to the trend line because that is where it could possibly go. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what that looks like. Here we have this fib pretty close to the other fib, that 382, still right on that previous resistance here as well. So if it does bounce off and if it does seem like it's going to continue to head north here, it could possibly come back up to that previous resistance area, may even break through to that 50. Look at all that really nice action up here, previous support here. Previous support back here as well. So anyway, 3 different scenarios off of that really big time frame, that daily chart, taking it down to a 60-minute chart. You may have a small bounce off of this trend line and then it may come down and break through. That's a possibility. Or if it does just break off of that and bounce off of that trend line here, could possibly come up to one of these fibs as a target. So another great trading opportunity here, another good currency pair that could be setting up for some possible opportunities. So we are definitely going to keep our eyes on this one this week.